hey gang, today we're going to be doing a bit of a departure from our usual rock and R&B riffs, and we're going to be doing a swing guitar riff that's really pretty sweet, and it's from the early days of Freddie Green style. We're going to be learning the Freddie Green type of chords, three-note chords, that make that so easy. Even though it sounds really complex, it's not. So we'll be learning one of those progressions as well. You'll be playing like one of the cats in no time. Alright, see you in just a second. Okay, gang. Well, get your axe out, keep it clean, and I've also got mine on the neck pickup with a little bit of the tone knob rolled off to give me a nice jazzy tone. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, let me play the progression that we're going to learn today. I was playing it pretty quickly in the opening. It's not usually played quite that quickly, and we're going to just confine ourselves to one variation of that. So it's going to be kind of like this, all right? So I'm play it through once for us. Okay, so that's a progression, and in order to play this, a few things are going to have to come together for us. The first is the rhythm, okay? So in swing guitar, the rhythm is accented on beats 2 and 4. So I'm going to exaggerate it right here, but it's kind of like this. So if I'm just going to play that first chord over and over. You'll also notice, all right, so that's the first thing, is that. Now, when we're playing the progression, we're going to be changing every 2 beats. So it's going to be like this. Okay? So that's the first thing that you need to get down, is that rhythm. Every 2 beats, and you're going to be accenting the second. The second thing, and probably the most important thing that we're going to need to get down, is the 3-note chords. And that's what makes it so easy to do once you get used to them. So the 3-note chords are going to be chords that we're going to play on only the 6th, 4th, and 3rd string. We're going to deaden the 5th string. Okay? So let's learn the first one. The first one is G. This happens to be a progression that's in G. All right? And the first chord that we're going to play is a G6th, which is a majory type of chord. It's kind of like a major 7th, very similar to that. So that's going to be played on the 6th string. We're going to play the 3rd fret. 4th string, we're going to play the 2nd, and on the 3rd string, we're going to play the 4th. We're going to deaden the 5th. All right, like so. All right. Now, if you keep playing that 5th, just keep practicing it until you can play it without hearing that 5th string. All right. And it should be easier the easier you get the strumming down. You also notice that probably something that you're noticing is that I'm loosening my grip on my left hand as I do this. Watch. See, I'm going just up and down a little bit. That tends to deaden the strings so I don't get a lot of ringing in between. All right. So that's it. If we can get all those things down, that's going to work for us. And we're also going to be listening for a moving bass line. You can hear that in the progression, right? It's kind of moving down and so forth, especially in that one line. There's lots of different ways to play that. We're going to learn one, and it'll be a nice introduction. Okay, so let's start out. The progression starts out with a G. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we'll play 2 of those, and we already learned that chord, so that's on the 6th note. And by the way, I'll use the notation now. From now on, I'll just say the 6th, the 4th, and the 3rd string fret numbers. So here we've got a G on the 3rd fret, on the 6th string. On the 4th string, we've got 2nd fret, which is a E, and on the 3rd string, we've got 4th fret, which is a B. I won't labor over those anymore. I'll just say 3, 2, 3. That's our G. So we want two of those. Second one is going to be an E7th type of chord. Now there's lots of different ways that you can play this, but here's how we're going to play it. We are going to play a 7, 7, 6, and 7. Okay, so on the 6th, 4th, and 3rd string, 7, 6, 7. Now it turns out that that triad right here for G, an inversion of that is almost exactly the same as what we learned for that E7th, and that's why that works so well. Okay, so we'll play two of those. Our next chord is an A minor 7th, and that's going to be 5, 5, 5. Pretty simple. Remember, we're deadening the 5th string, so it's 5 on the 6th, 5 on the 4th, 5 on the 3rd. And then we'll just change one note, and we'll play a D7th, and we'll play that as 5, 4, 5. Okay? So, if you think about it, there's a pattern that's going on here, so we can get to it. The original song is simply a G to a D7, like so. But we add movement by every two flipping and playing a different chord. So it starts out like this. And that gives it a lot more movement, makes it a lot more interesting. Okay, so that's the first part. Two Gs, two E7ths, two A minor 7ths, and two D7ths. Now, if you get into this, you'll find out that those are all, that's something called a back cycle. And if you look at the cycle of fifths, it all will make sense to you in terms of the number of sharps. E has 3, E has 4, A has 3, D has 2, G has 1. So we're just cycling through the cycle of fifths. If you didn't get that one, don't worry about it. It's not necessary for this. All right, so here's the progression. And slowly, G, E7, A minor 7, D7. Okay. You play that twice. Now the third one is going to be two G7s. Two Gs, two E7s. So that's the same, but now we're going to play a C. It's the same pattern as that we used on the G down here, so it's the same chord. We'll play two of those. So it would be 8, 7, and 9. And now we'll just bring the 9 on the third string down to the 8th, and we're going to play a C diminished. So we're moving the top voice now. And now we're just going to walk down and use this pattern that we have for this. We'll play a B minor 7th, which is 7 on the 6th, 7 on the 4th, 7 on the 3rd. E7, A minor 7, D7. Keep hitting that second string. I'm not doing a very good job there. And finally, our G. All right, that's basically it. So I'll give you the, I'll put up a tab that has some of the chord diagrams that you can practice, and I'll put up the progression. But basically, here it is again, very slowly. So I'll try and play it slowly. It's hard to play swing slowly, but here it goes. All right, G, E7. Well, let's play it slowly. G, E7, A minor, D7, G, E7, A minor 7, D7, G, E7, C, C diminished, B minor 7, E, A minor 7, D, and we're back to G. There we go. Well, practice that over, and like I say, that's a honest to goodness swing progression. There are so many different variations, and once you get used to the chords, you'll be able to play them like a whiz. It doesn't take too long to really get it. All right, well, until next time, hope you like this one, and we'll see you on down the road.